Srimati Renuka Chowdhury.
Sir, at the very outset, on behalf of all my respected colleagues here in the House and everyone, our heartfelt condolences for those who have lost their loved ones. The terrible tragedies that have taken place in individual homes and collectively as a state. And as the low pressure moved upwards from Tamil Nadu, South Coastal Andhra Pradesh and Rayalaseema received heavy rains. And normal life has been disrupted and the streets are filled with waters. अभी आपको रुकना पड़ेगा, बैठिएगा।
बीच में तो आपको नहीं बुला सकूंगा।
हाँ, आ गया, ठीक है।
Please don't disturb.
Streams and rivulets like the Swarnamukhi, the Kalangi, the Kaivalya and the Pambaleru were in spate and the flood levels rose increasingly overnight, and especially the impact of the rains in Venkatgiri, Balyapalli, Gudur and Sulurpet, Tada and nearby regions have impacted the national highway, the old National Highway number 5 and the current one as it's known as in National Highway number 16. Incredible disaster. And the downpour has happened. We are the neighbors of Tamil Nadu. And so part of the devastation has come from there and impacted us in Andhra Pradesh as well. Now, so many respected colleagues have addressed different issues and different ways of dealing with this. But I do believe that we need to think out of the box. Besides what the state governments and the central government has to do, not as a favor. This is not just a favor that you're doing the states, but a sense of collective responsibility, because every citizen in this country is important to us, and nationally that should be focused on. Now, sir, the devastation that is going to impact subsequently is what you need to think. And my heart goes out to the farmers. Sir, the standing crop has been mentioned by Rajaji. The land has been devastated, but do you know what is going to happen? There is going to be no Rabi, and the Kharif in the next season is also not going to be possible in these areas, because the land will have so much silt carried over by the waters that this land is not going to be cultivable anymore, at least for the next 5-10 years. A comprehensive intervention and vision has to be applied in these areas to mitigate the suffering of the farmers. It's not enough that we all talk about farmers' suicides. These things pave the way to farmers' suicides, and as a preventive measure, we must look and call the insurance companies in, crop insurance of the farmers, and immediate credit availability for the farmer to be able to have a sustainable livelihood must be looked into. As far as the farm labor goes, these people are going to be unemployed in the given circumstances, and I think centrally NREGS must be extended by a minimum of another 100 days at least in all these areas, so that they will have sustainable livelihoods for the poor landless farmer and other areas. So the other thing that we need to do, the army, the military, of course, the Navy and the Air Force have to be requisitioned, and their hospitals. All these places have hospitals. Areas should be zonalized in Tamil Nadu, and people should be shifted into these hospitals because they have the additional capacity to deal and look after the citizens in this way. Ships can be moved into strategic positions where medical aid and food and all can be reached by water to the nearest areas and then redistributed into the areas that are required. Immunization for the children, elderly, you have flu shots which should be given. America doesn't give you insurance renewal unless you have done your pneumonia shots and your flu shots. These should be flown in immediately. Children should be given their immunization so that post-floods, where the deaths don't come into focus, must be held relevant now, and people should be able to give them the immediate immunization. Mosquito nets should be flown out there in large numbers so that the mosquito population that will come up immediately after the draining of the water will be contained and malaria and disease outbreak will not happen. Sir, I think this is the time we need to call upon industry. And all industries, corporate social responsibility should be pinned on them now, and all drinking water bottle people can give us packets of safe drinking water and bottles of plastic water which will be easy to deploy and which will be useful for citizens in those areas, as well as other corporates should chip in to see that they restore the school buildings so that their children can go back to school at the earliest, and toy shops and all these people should contribute toys and all, because it helps in rehabilitation of children psychologically when they get impacted by such natural disaster. Now, unless we have a swift response system, now many respected colleagues have talked about the intervention of the central government as well as the state governments. I'm afraid talking is just not going to be enough. Giving MP-led funds is also not going to be adequate. What we need to do is put our money where our mouth is, and you should have a swift response system so that we categorize the priorities that are required for the citizens, and help should be reached immediately. It is another matter that we can't now brush this under the carpet and say...
Just a minute. Is it the consensus of the House that we sit beyond 6 p.m. till 7, or till the discussion is over?
Mine will conclude in another minute.
Till the discussion is over.
Yeah, okay.
Please, till the discussion is over.
How
Please
many
carry on. There are about 5-6 of them now. Please carry on.
Yes, I do believe, and I do believe that the House here should collectively put out a resolution where we convey to the people of Tamil Nadu and Andhra and Puducherry that we sympathize with them, not just sympathy, but that we are willing to reach out and help them in whatever way that we can, and each state must come forward collectively. It's ironic that for years Tamil Nadu looked forward to water. And then you have the floods, the deluge that has come and drowned so many aspirations of so many citizens there, as well as the carryover that has spilled into Andhra Pradesh. Andhra also, my farmers have suffered greatly. All our tanks are breached, all our small rivulets are breached, and there is a serious situation because there is extreme contamination where the sewage and drinking water now swirl together. So giving them sustainable, safe drinking water should become a national mission for us, and ensure that for the next 40 days, till this water recedes and the pipelines are cleaned and there is clean water going, that we should be made, it should be made available, safe drinking water, which should be a fundamental right of any citizen in this country. And also I got a surprising lesson which I learned from flood areas. Quite often the collectors rush to the spot and give rice and onions and such things which are needed and required. But people don't realize that in a wet area where the ground is wet and the clothes are damp, there is no place to keep. So when I asked the citizens, what do you want? They said, we want trunks, tin trunks in which they can keep dry clothes and dry. This is just a suggestion I'm putting out for those of you who can do it. Please see that they get these basic requirements. And I think all of us join together to convey our condolences again, and that our efforts will be there collectively to rescue our people, our brothers and sisters in Tamil Nadu, Puducherry and Andhra Pradesh.
Thank you.